Our founders, Kelly Chu and Hans Chi, our principals, Keith Corpus, Mario Gonzalez, and our teachers, and our parents, and most importantly, the students of our class of 2015 to our graduation. When I think of a graduation, as all of us probably do, this is a time for us to look back, but at the same time look forward. When you're looking back, you're thinking about the achievements that you made, the hard work that you put in, the situations that affected you during that time. But interesting, when you're looking forward, you're looking at those same things. You're looking at more work, more achievements, and hopefully the impact that you're not going to make on yourself, but also other people. Which makes me think of an important quote from Albert Einstein. Strive not to be just a success, but rather to be of value. So it's not just being successful, it's also to be of value with whatever education and training you receive. We're hoping that our graduates, as they move forward to the colleges, will affect the world in a transformative way. So we're very excited about them graduating today. What we're going to have now is the Pomp and Circumstance from our saxophone group, and you can stand while they're performing that, and then the graduates are going to recess it.
Thank you very much, Saxophone Club. Please stay standing for the playing of our national anthem, which will be done by Junior Rooney Gao. Beautiful, Rooney. Thank you very much. Please be seated. My name is Keith Corpus. I'm the principal of Pacific Academy in Irvine. Ours is a small and intimate ceremony. We pride ourselves on being a small school, and we treated our ceremony as such. We try to pay as much respect and honor to our graduates as possible. So you can learn more about them, and you'll get to hear from many of them later today. We'll start today's ceremony by hearing from Mr. Gonzalez, the principal at Pacific Academy in Encinitas.
Thank you, everyone. Welcome. You know, we're a powerful school. Corpus said that we are small, but in reality, the impact that we place on this world is beyond measure. You know, the love and the strength of the academic thinking, it illuminates from our students. And so on a day like today, we think about that and we send them off into the world. And it's bittersweet. You know, I look over and I see them and I get all choked up and I think, well, they're super nervous right now, so how can I make fun of them and get them to smile and realize, let them realize that we're nervous. As parents, you're nervous. You're sending them off into universities. They're going to be far from home. For some of you, they have been far from home for a long time. So you think about that. And this is not the end. This is just another chapter, perhaps a new book even. And so we think about these things, and it's a beautiful thing. And I really pray and hope that they take this moment, that they think about it and try to soak it all in and realize that this moment's for them. It's not about me. My speech is short, but it's about them and to enjoy that moment. And so, you know, we usually speak a little bit about our students, and our graduating class is growing larger and larger, and one day perhaps we won't be able to do this, but today we can. So let's enjoy that. And so if I look over, we have Caroline Wright right there. And I think about Caroline, and I gotta tell you, she's a beautiful writer. What she's gonna produce in the colleges, it's gonna go beyond what she has ever imagined. And whether or not she looks back at Pacific Academy and says, oh, Mrs. Martin was the whole cause of that, you know, it matters not into the grander scheme of things. What matters is that she realizes the beauty and the strength that she has as a writer, as a thinker. And then I look over at Anthony Sidnoy, and this kid he's a powerful young man. You know, he came all the way from Lebanon, studied with us, learned American culture, and he could go anywhere. I want him on my side in anything I do. He's always positive, and he brings that. He's a good young man, and I appreciate that in his heart. Then we have Natalia Mejia, and she's our newest member of our family. And that's what's beautiful about Pacific Academy. It doesn't matter if you started like, we'll get to JP, a long time ago, or if you just came to us. You forever are part of our family. That's for our parents as well. So when they go off, I really hope that she knows that she could call us at any time, show up at our school at any time. We're going to help them in their studies. Or maybe it's something that they might be thinking about or want to share. And then there's JP, Jonathan Plow, who has been with us for the longest. He's gone through our whole program. And I got to tell you, we're going to show up to work, the new year will begin, and we'll be looking for these things. I don't know how I'm going to react when I don't see them there. But I will enjoy this moment with them now. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I promised, I will keep this short because we do have a lot of speakers today. Mr. Keith Corpus will come on up and introduce himself and the students from Irvine.
Thank you. Folks can hear me okay? Working all right? Great. Again, thank you for being here today. And first and foremost, I'll say I'm guilty. I'm guilty because I always say, oh yeah, I'm going to keep it short, but I have a hard time. I apologize, so I'm guilty. I won't keep it long. I do like to talk about each of the students, and I do think about and prepare a little bit, and so I'm going to try to be as concise and meaningful at the same time. So good morning to fellow faculty, to friends, to family, to students, and to our graduates. I have the deep honor of being the principal over at Irvine. This is our 4th year, and I'm glad you could join us today to celebrate them and to recognize their accomplishments. They've come a long way, and they deserve our praise. We're in our 4th year now, and we have gradually grown. Last year we had 10 graduates. This year in Irvine we have 18, and has been our short tradition. This morning I will just say a few words about each, offer some advice to some of them, and then we'll get a chance to hear from representatives from the class. So again, I share these brief thoughts, and thank you for listening, but they deserve it. I'm going to start talking about students coming this way. So the first student I'll talk about is Stephanie. So I recall Stephanie, a precocious and chatty 10th grader, meeting with me just 1 or 2 days before her sophomore year. Stephanie was confident and direct, and those talents probably served Stephanie quite well in the classroom, certainly on the tennis court, and probably in life as well. She and her parents, particularly her mother, Justine, took a chance with us. We were just in our second year, and we're grateful that they did. I remember Stephanie's valiant efforts helping coordinate our ASB car wash during her sophomore year. I remember her Shakespeare performances in Miss Corwin's class. Stephanie has maintained a busy schedule, particularly these past 2 years, traveling all over the world to play tennis at a very competitive level. She excels at tennis, and we did our best to provide a flexible schedule for Stephanie so she could pursue her passion. It seems that it has all worked out, Stephanie, and she'll be going to UC Irvine, where she has a tennis scholarship. So congratulations, Stephanie. Next is Doris. We don't usually have students who transfer in during their senior year, but Doris, along with her good friend Catherine, transferred from Shanghai Wenlai International School, which is our sister school over in Shanghai. They also have an American curriculum there. You know, the transition to studying in the US is already very hard. Doing so for one's senior year makes that harder. Doris, though, handled it marvelously. She stood out this year for her affable, friendly personality, her warm smile, and her loud, resonating greetings. It was always a pleasure to say hello to Doris because you knew you would get a booming, heartfelt, "Good morning," right back. She's outgoing, she's conscientious, a good friend to many, and Doris will remain in our backyard since she also will be going to UC Irvine. Congratulations, Doris. Cody, where should I start? Well, first, I'm glad you are here. It has been an eventful 3 years, Cody. When Cody started in 10th grade with us, he had been doing culinary or cooking school for before that. So not only was coming to an English-only curriculum in America new for him, so was reintroducing him back to formal and traditional academics. But Cody has progressed a lot. I remember my first meeting with him, where Cody's limited vocabulary and comprehension made conversation a little bit tough. But now, Cody and I talk all the time. He may not want to talk to me, but we have talked about a lot of stuff. Relationship issues, school issues, health issues. I respect Cody as a young adult. Like all of us, he's an adult who has some things to learn, but I think Cody has a lot of life lessons too. And for him to get to this point in his life, sitting before you in his cap and gown, well, we can all learn something about not giving up when maybe you felt things were going against you, or when there were too many obstacles in the way, or when the principal kept giving you a hard time. Cody, I hope you make the mature and responsible decisions ongoing that you are very capable of, and I'm glad you're here. The other half of our Shanghai Wenlai dynamic duo is Catherine Hua. She too has had to overcome some challenges this year, her first in the US. She's had some health issues, some home state changes. It was tough feeling comfortable with English at first. She can be a little timid, a little uncertain, or in need of help sometimes. But Catherine leaned on the big shoulders of her good friend Doris, who was a big, huge, emotional academic support to her. There were a few times when Catherine was in my office, brought to tears by an issue at home, or a fear of going camping, or trepidation about taking Chris Bonneau's screenwriting class. In each instance, after a few tears, tissues, and some talk, she wound up successfully handling the situation. Also important is that Catherine knows herself. She knows her fears, she knows her strengths, she knows her weaknesses. And because of this, she will handle the many stressful and strenuous situations that she will encounter next year when she goes to Cal State Northridge. And I'm sure she'll handle things well in life after that. Way to go, Catherine. Vivian Lee. Let it be noted that Vivian is our first Vivian. When I first interviewed her, as I do with all students, I asked if she had any questions. Most students ask something about their schedule, activities, their classes, but for Vivian, she wanted to know if there were any other students named Vivian. It seemed important to her that she would be the one and only Vivian. Well, at that time, she was the only Vivian, but we've grown, so now we have two Vivians. But Vivian Lee, you are one of a kind. I remember in our first year, you were adamant about not going to outdoor education. I tried encouraging her, joking with her, threatening her, but no, she would have none of it. Her dislike of bugs, of dirt, of the outdoors were not going to be overcome, I'm afraid. But the next year, when we had a much more difficult camping trip in the desert, she did it. No complaints, no crying, no insisting she would not go. I asked her later, what was the change? And she said in a very practical, typical Vivian way, what's the point? I knew you would make me go, so why complain? So true, Vivian, and if only I could get others to take that same attitude. I had Vivian in my English class during her 10th grade with students like William and Sando and Ji-Yun. She gradually came out of her shell that year and has continued to do so. I appreciate her level-headedness, her no-nonsense practical approach to life, but I know she's also a reflective, considerate, and fun person. So, to our first and one-of-a-kind Vivian, please stay in touch and congratulations. Also in the category of quiet and serious but fun is Dara Lee. I was also Dara's teacher her junior year and her advisor for a couple of years. The advisement meetings were some of the shortest, easiest advisement meetings you'll ever have. All of her grades were an A. I would ask her some questions. Any problems? No. How are things outside of school? Good. Anything you're interested in or want to talk about? No. No? Okay, Dara, take care. But Dara does have passions, she does have interests. She is a talented artist and will be studying, in fact, at FIDM in Orange County this coming year. She put a lot of time outside of school developing her portfolio and improving her artistic skills. Dara, I was always touched by your responses to me on assignments and on emails you would send. They would always start with an affectionate greeting, and I took them as a quiet kindness and maturity on your part. In fact, I know that you're an independent person, quite able to take care of yourself and others, as you've done with your cousin, Catherine Lee, looking after her like a big sister. Dara, thank you for your composure, your even temper, your kindness to others, and a desire to always do your best. To our far left here is Jason Lin, or my far left. I will admit, Jason, that there's always been something of a little mystery about you. When you first came to school, I thought you just liked to be on your own. Adding to the sense of mystery was your favorite answer to almost any question, which would be maybe. How's it going today? Maybe. Did you finish your college applications? Maybe. Did you do your community service this weekend? Maybe. But you have gradually warmed up and you have become more open, connecting with your classmates and your teachers. One thing I do know about you, and that is not a maybe, is that you're an intelligent, bright young man, Jason. I'm very glad and proud that you took on the challenge of Miss Corwin's honors English class, and you've always done extremely well in math and science at the AP level. When you played on the basketball team, you are our best three-point shooter, and I wish you'd stayed with it. I do have to give you one piece of advice, and it would be to please, if you commit to something, to find your passion. Maybe you have it, and maybe I'm just not aware of it, but perhaps replace some of those maybes with something more definitive, something more certain. Your intelligence, coupled with that commitment, will take you far in life, Jason. JT Liu. I remember my interview on the phone with JT some 2.5 years ago. He was in Missouri, actually, at a military academy. I don't think he liked it there, but one of the habits he had is he would finish every sentence with, "Sir." I like that. Unfortunately, that habit did not last very long. JT is a proud young man, one who has made a lot of progress in his time at PA, and who will continue to make more progress. In the classroom, he has come a long way. He's also on our basketball team, and has gotten better there too. Takes more shots, drives to the basket. Sometimes the ball doesn't always go in, and it's easy to get frustrated. That happens to all of us in a lot of things in life. Getting better means more practice. Getting better means help from a coach or a reliable friend. Sometimes it's hard to put aside the frustration and the disappointment to figure out what it will take to improve, to score more points. Keep that in mind, JT. There's lots of good coaches out there in life, and everything we do to get better takes practice. So JT, keep it open mind, keep working. I'm very proud to say that JT will be studying close by this year, or close to us at least, at Concordia University in Irvine. And then there's JT's brother, Yafet. Now they're not actually brothers. They're not actually brothers. Their last names sound similar. They were friends before coming to PA. In fact, they were at the military school together. I interviewed them actually on the same day. I remember Yafet's talking to one of your teachers at the military school in Missouri, and one of the things she said back then, and that surprised me a little bit, I really didn't know you well, was that you had real leadership potential. Well, she was right. You've been a leader with ASB and on the basketball team. Teachers like Miss Boyd and myself, when I taught you, admire your willingness to speak up and to take a chance. On the basketball court, you're our fiercest rebounder, and you play the game with what I call bounce. I think that's a good way to describe you. Bounce means lively, alive, full of energy, spirit, and you have those qualities, Yafet. Yafet, I imagine next year you'll be bounding around the campus of Cal State Fullerton and eventually taking on leadership roles there. Congratulations. Our next senior is Phoebe Pan, who unfortunately could not be here today. The reason is because she's too talented. She is about to get on a flight actually to go to Europe, where she'll be playing on a cruise I think is going from Turkey to Venice. Lucky Phoebe, huh? She won an award with the Los Angeles Center's Spotlight program a couple of years ago actually, and this is one of the benefits of those awards. She was in fact I think the youngest winner of that award ever. She's a girl of remarkable talent, and I just want to mention her because she is our first senior to graduate from Pacific Academy, having spent all 4 of her high school years here. So we're very proud of her and very proud that she too took a chance with our young new school and came our first year when there were just 18 of us all together and is graduating with the senior class. So congratulations to Phoebe, even though she's not here today. And unfortunately, Bella Shao could not make it today. We're sad about that. And I'll say briefly that Bella is a bright, fashionable, single-minded, talented, determined young woman. Those are the words that come to mind when I think of Bella. And among our international students, Bella has performed at the highest level on standardized tests. And that's really a comment on her intelligence and on an incredible work ethic. And we wish her well next year. She'll be going to Boston University. So congratulations to Bella. Over on my left here is Johnny Song. We all know Johnny for his broad, warm smile. There it goes, okay. And engaging personality. I spoke earlier about growth, becoming a bigger school. Johnny's one who's also shown a lot of growth, and he's ready for the next step. I've seen the growth over the years and even within the past few months. There have been some hard times at PA where Johnny's emotions sometimes would get the best of him. Maybe sometimes he'd made an unwise decision. In fact, there's a metal garbage can, now dented by a hard kick from Johnny, that is a testament to some of his emotional swings. But Johnny has grown by learning patience and self-control. Actually, what I really admire about Johnny is his ability to express what he feels. Whether it is anger or frustration, sadness or an apology, Johnny has the ability to understand what he is feeling and to communicate those feelings. That's not easy for a young man, nor for anyone. So, Johnny, stay in touch with those emotions. Continue to demonstrate the participation and initiative that have you shown in different ways at PA. By sharing your ideas in English class, performing at the Renaissance Fair, making meaningful contributions to the ASB, competing in the Science Olympiad. As I said to the school about a week ago, we should all take a page out of Johnny's book to learn how to both enjoy life and how to deal with life's bumps. Thank you, Johnny. Jack Tien. Such a good-spirited, young, and polite person, so courteous, with a warm smile and an inviting laugh. Jack is admired for being outgoing and considerate. Many of us have fond memories of our prom dance a couple of years ago, where you showed off your impressive dancing skills. Last year, many of us enjoyed the dance performance that he and Athena put together for the talent show. In fact, one of my favorite recollections is Jack hosting some of our ASB holiday parties. And I think he's going to bring that confidence, his dancing abilities, his athletic and academic abilities, all to Cal State Fullerton in the fall. Congratulations, Jack. I have some fond memories and a lot of respect for William Yang. I recall the personal narrative you wrote in your first semester in my English class. It was about some troubles you had back home. I was impressed by your ability to write about and talk about them so thoughtfully and so publicly. That same year, I remember standing in a large circle in the mountains at Outdoor Education, and you shared some personal feelings about these new experiences and becoming a man. This past year, William and I have had some serious talks about things that concerned him or his friends. In all of those instances, William has been a young man who has demonstrated a wisdom and composure beyond his years. Frankly, William, you are the kind of person I would want to talk to if I had a problem or I needed help. You fly under the radar, William, but I do think you have a lot of leadership potential. And what I love is with your mix of insightfulness, intelligence, and maturity, you have a wry and clever sense of humor that always keeps me on my toes. I'll miss that, William. Thank you. David Yin is not here today. He was feeling ill this morning and could not make it. He's a hardworking, ambitious, amiable man. He's come a long way also as a student in English, and he's always been gifted in math and science. And he will take those gifts to New Jersey, where he will go to Rutgers University. Over next to William is Jane. Along with Doris and Johnny, Jane has one of those wonderful smiles that makes you feel good when you see her. She's upbeat, mature, adventurous, earnest. Jane, I hope you don't mind me saying this. When first came, Jane's English level was a little low when she got here. But that did not deter Jane from reaching out, from getting involved, and she would try all the harder in her classes. Jane, in fact, became a real leader, becoming a very responsible and reliable treasurer in our ASB. Always kind and considerate, very comfortable to be around because of her maturity. Jane is very good at something that is hard for many of us, and that is getting help and guidance. I also sometimes thought of you as a big sister to others at the school, Jane. I'm glad she'll be close by. She'll be attending Cal State Fullerton, and I hope you visit us frequently, Jane. Two more. Kai Zhao. I was talking to Kai yesterday, and I was telling him about the remarkable role he has played at PA since he's been here. I remember his first summer, 2.5 or so years ago. He and Aaron Song took an English class with Miss Johnson. Kai's English skills were not great, but what became very apparent very quickly was an extremely sharp mind and an astounding work ethic. His academic work has always been stellar, taking whatever AP courses and honor courses he could. And then Kai matured into the big man on campus. He has been the leader extraordinaire. He has run our two most active groups, the ASB and the Service Club, and this year helped found with Mr. Bennett our Future Business Leaders of America Club. I told Kai recently that he commands tremendous respect from his peers and from the faculty. He has the ability to be an authority without being authoritarian. He has carried a lot of weight on his shoulders, and in some ways he has carried PA. He has done this all selflessly and with grace and with a sincere belief in helping others. To work with children who had heart problems. They lived in a poor rural area of in an impoverished area of China. He's been chosen as Student of the Month 3 times while he's been at PA, and his shoes are large ones to fill. I probably cannot convey the amount of respect that so many of us have for you, Kai. You've made what we do at PA so much more enjoyable, so much more worthwhile. Thank you, Kai. And last but not least, my good friend, Tony Zhao. Tony ranks with Cody probably in having the most private meetings in my office. Last year as a new junior, Tony and I had a bunch of meetings. I was not always sure, Tony, how it was going to work out. Maybe you weren't always sure either. I would give pep talks, some advice, some strict instructions. But through it all, Tony was always polite, and he understood if there were mistakes. This year I could tell things were different for Tony. He really stepped up, and as a mature, considerate, and responsible person, he did a lot of great things. He did not want to be remembered for some of the things that happened last year. He's a sensitive guy, an intelligent young man who has really found his way. I've appreciated the times when we've been able to talk, have admired the role he has played with ASB, and he has helped remind me of the importance of being patient, of taking time to make personal connections, and to remember that the work that we do at PA has much to do with listening to and guiding young people, not just about the academics. So thank you, Tony, and I'm sure you will do well as you head east to Suffolk University in Massachusetts next year. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for allowing me to share these thoughts about our graduates. So we're a small school, and to have the privilege to recognize each of them is wonderful. When I think about them as a group, which I've been doing a lot recently, I realize what a special bunch they are, not just individually, but collectively. And I think about how so many of us, me, Ms. Shu, Ms. Sarah, Ms. Wen, all the teachers, are going to miss you guys. And I'm happy that so many of you will be nearby and we'll get to see you frequently. Later, we're going to hear from some of them, from the PAE students and from some of the PAI students. Before we do that, I was going to ask Ms. Kelly just to say a few words, and then we'll have some of our student speakers.
Ladies and gentlemen, students, teachers, and parents, and host parents, I'm a little bit emotional. I remember in 2010, I took over Pacific Academy and started to build our new Pacific Academy. At that time, we had 22 students. Today, two campuses together, we have about 140, close to 140 students. And in 2010, we only had 3 graduates. This year, we have 21. So we're growing because we really appreciate parents. You trust us by sending your wonderful children to us. You have, listened to our principal's introduction of our each graduate. At Pacific Academy, each child, each student is like our own children. We actually take care of them just like we take care of our own children because we are small, so we can give them personal attention, and then we want to give them the opportunity to be me. So I really like, in the beginning when students called me Miss Chu, Miss Kelly, and called our office staff Miss Sarah, Miss Wen, but later on, after a while, they call me Kelly Ayi, or Auntie Kelly, or Sister Sarah. So that means a lot to us. We really are proud that they consider us a family. So this year, I'm especially very, very proud because every student, is going to a college of their best choice. We have students who are accepted by UPenn Business School of Wharton Business School, Columbia University, UC Irvine, Boston University, and Suffolk University in Madrid and Massachusetts, and Cal State Fullerton, and many other schools. I'm so happy for them, but I also feel very sad because, I can't imagine I won't see their smiling faces anymore in our school. I will miss them greatly, but I'm also very happy, their bright futures are waiting for them. And I want to send my best wishes to all the graduates to believe in yourself, follow your passion, and don't give up. And sky is your limit. Thank you. And since we have some Chinese parents here, so I'll briefly speak in Chinese to them. 各位家长，各位我们学生的住家，非常非常谢谢有家长远从中国来参加我们的毕业典礼，谢谢。我要谢谢大家，各位家长信任我们，把您的孩子交给我们。太平洋中学是一个新的学校，在2010年我接手太平洋中学的时候，我们只有22个学生，今天我们已经有140位学生。在第一年的时候，我们只有3位毕业生，今天我们有21位毕业生。今年我们的学生，每一个人都能够进到理想的大学。我们有2位学生进入常春藤的哥伦比亚大学和宾州大学、华顿商学院。我们也有1半的学生被 UC 加州大学录取。然后另外我们每一位学生都 能够进到他们最适合、最理想的大学。每天看着他们就像我们的孩子一样。所以我今天觉得很难过，想到开学以后，明天开始我就再也没有办法在学校看到他们的笑脸。我觉得我们大家都会很想念他们，可是我也祝福他们，将来有光明的前途。我希望他们能够永远，各位同学永远记得，追寻你的热情、你的理想，不要放弃，你们将来的这个前途是无限的。好，祝福大家，谢谢。
Thank you, Ms. Kelly. Thank you very much. Now we'll get to hear from some of our students. So I'll introduce them as they come up. There'll be 6 speaking from Irvine and 2 speaking from Encinitas. And first we'll have our tennis star, Stephanie Hazel.
Okay, sorry, okay. Good morning, students, faculty, friends, and family, and welcome to Pacific Academy's Class of 2015 graduation. As a student going through high school, I have found that high school is an extremely important milestone in a young adult's life. It's when we try to find ourselves as individuals and decide where we might want our futures to take us. We make the difficult transition from child to adult, and I could not be more blessed or grateful that I was able to make this huge transition with all of you by my side. As most of you know, I unfortunately missed a ton of school due to traveling, and I never thought I'd be able to attend a, quote, normal high school. But then I found Pacific Academy, and they gave me everything I could have ever wanted. I was able to continue my tennis, go to a real high school, while learning and developing skills that have helped me make this hard transition into adulthood just a little easier. Pacific Academy has shown me that with hard work and determination, you can exceed in anything that you put your mind to. So these 4 years have gone by so quickly, but the memories that we have all made will stick with us forever. And I have a few people I would like to thank for that. So first, I'd like to thank Ms. Kelly for being so involved and willing to help me with anything I needed. The experience I had at Pacific Academy is one I will never forget, and that is thanks to you. I would like to thank Ms. Jasmine, where are you? There you are, for not only being a truly amazing person inside and out, but for being willing and able to help me with anything that I brought to her. You always had 1,000 things going on and somehow not only got them all done, but did them all excellently. So thank you for everything you have done for me. Mr. Corpus, although I know I was probably not the easiest student you've ever had to deal with, you were always there anytime that I had any questions, and you always had answers for me. And there's no way that I'd be standing up here in front of all of you today without him. So thank you. To all my teachers I've had throughout the years, thank you for always being so flexible and teaching me not only the skills that I will use in college, but skills that I will take with me wherever I go, and true lifelong lessons that will help me. I would like to especially thank my family. They have been so incredible over the years and have shaped me into the person I am today. There is no way I would ever be able to accomplish even close to what I have accomplished without any of you by my side. And lastly, to all the graduates here today, congratulations. Somehow we're all graduating. Good luck to all of you wherever life may take you. You are all incredible people in your own ways, and I cannot wait to see what you all accomplish in your future. Thank you.
We're going to do a girl, boy, girl thing. So next is Johnny Song.
Well, I'm a little bit nervous right now, so I'm very thankful for I have a chance to speak here. My name is Johnny Song, and this is my third year at PA, and 3 years is about over 1,000 days. It seems being quite a long time, but when I'm about to leave, I feel wow, 1,000 days is so fast. I'm about to leave right now, and so 3 years have goes by, and it's open a book of my life. And after today, we are all the seniors. We are about to take flight to different maybe like different states to take their go for their college. So we won't like stay together again. And but when I'm about to leave here, I feel like I want to stay here. I want to stay with my classmates. I want to stay with my teachers, and I want to stay my school again. But all the feasts have an ending. I have to leave, but before I leave, I have something to talk about like all of you. The first thing I want to share with you is appreciation. First, I want to appreciate Mr. Corpus. As our principal, like some students might be afraid of him, but not for me. Like for me, he's like my giant brother. Like life can be hard. Life can be hard, and sometimes it's hard for me. And every time I have trouble, Mr. Corpus is the one always be here and help me. So I really appreciate like the help he gave to me. And I still remember when I first came here, I was like a small younger kid, and like a kid with like madness and don't have patience. Sometimes like always complain about others. But he teach me how to be a man instead of a boy, and I really appreciate that. And he's also my English teacher. As a teacher, the interesting thing about him is every time he looks through my essays, he says, "Oh, it's a great essay, I like it," and then he gives me a B. And all of his students all make this as a joke at that time. It's a lot of fun. And sometimes I will have argument with Mr. Corpus, but he won most of the times. But whatever like argument we have, we will all make like consensus in the end. So like we're still good friends. And the second teacher, I want to appreciate Miss Cohen. As my English teacher, she is the most noble teacher I have ever seen, and she's just like a gentle woman. And she teaches me English too. I really enjoy her class. Even a lot of students complain about her homeworks, and I think the homeworks are reasonable. And I really enjoy the homework, and those homework makes my life like really busy, and I always have things to do. I really appreciate it. And like they help and thank you, Miss Coleman, and not me, but a man of the word will do the same. And last but not least, I want to thank Miss Yu. Actually, she's not my teacher, but she's my college counselor. I really appreciate her because, like, as a college counselor, she helped me a lot with my like college application and forms and essays. I really appreciate her because when, as I mentioned, at first I came here, I was not patient enough. Sometimes I like what she told me something to do, I will forget, and she's like so patient and tell me again, says, "Johnny, you can do it. It's good for you." And every time I have trouble and have problem, sometimes I'll talk to her because she will give me suggestions and ideas, which helps me a lot. Yeah. And the second thing I want to say is like good luck to all the 11th graders. I know like next year you are standing here and be me, but I think you will be like better than me. Next year I think I will come back and hear good news from you guys. So good luck.
Thank you, Johnny. Now speaking will be Doris Hong.
Happy graduation! Hello everyone, my name is Doris. It is my pleasure to have the chance standing here to speak to you today. 1 year ago, I left my family, flew across the Pacific to embark on a journey of pursuing study. That was difficult to me because I was in a special period, senior year, which is a big turning point in my life. The life of a senior is busy and toilsome. The pressure of dealing with my different tests and college applications had already made me feel suffocated, and I also needed to adapt to the new environment. I feel depressed and helpless. However, I think I'm very lucky that I have such a good host family. They tolerate my mistakes and take care of me carefully. When I came to America, I was pro at listening and speaking. During dinner, my host mom talked to me and let me practice English. She patiently fixed my every mistake. Now my English is better than before. Every morning, my host mom prepares breakfast for me. She knows that I have no time to eat it, but she doesn't want me to be hungry. So she put my breakfast in a bag with several kinds of fruit and asked me to bring it to school. After the school year started, I gradually feel that I was not alone because there are so many students studying abroad solitary, just like me. We chat together and hang out together. Actually, I made a lot of friends here. In addition, teachers at PA are very nice and amiable. They take care of me and help me a lot on my study and my college applications. That makes me feel so warm, just like I have a second home here. Now I successfully entered my ideal university and I will graduate high school in just a few minutes. To me, it is a meaningful and unforgettable year. I'm very thankful to all my friends, teachers, and my host parents. In fact, juniors. Soon you will be higher than us because you will be seniors and we will just be freshmen. Seniors, I wish you a great college life and that you can graduate from your college smoothly. Thank you.
Thank you, Doris. Now speaking will be William Young.
First of all, I don't really want to be graduating here, but it's finally the time for us to leave the harbor. I have to admit it's a bit sad and scary. It's sad to say goodbye to Michi's smile every morning, and it's sad to say goodbye to my best friend, Miss Boy's class. And it's sad to say goodbye to our coolest, or at least he's trying to be the coolest one, and most democratic principal, Mr. Corpus. And it's scary to handle all the troubles without our sweetest lady, Miss Sarah. And it's scary to turn into a young man without being at PA. And PA has given me all the good things in the past 3 years. It's not just about the knowledge or the language. There's a lot more. Like, honestly, I don't remember anything from the Odyssey in Miss Chan's class, but I still remember the life lesson she has taught us. And I still remember when Mr. Little told me, if my son can become a young man like you in the future, I will be very proud. And that's the first time I realized I'm a good boy and the teachers like me. And it's hard to tell how much that means to an international student who came to this strange continent alone. And I really appreciate all the teachers and Miss Sarah. You all make PA the best school ever. And saying goodbye is really a hard thing to do, and because change is always scary. But we are going to keep changing in unexpected ways, and we are still going to be friends, even if we are no longer at PA, even if we are going somewhere. But we are not actually going anywhere. And no future will, no future without all the teachers and schoolmates I love. But then I realized all of these, PA, the teachers, and my schoolmates, they were all once the future. And when I first left China 3 years ago, I cried in the airport, said goodbye to my mom, bye-bye, I will miss you a lot. But then, on the first school day, I met the best girl in the world, Vivian. Yeah, maybe it's not a bad idea to come to America. Yeah, I don't miss my mom at all. And then everything was happening so fast. But in the end, or now, it turned to be awesome. Good luck to my friends who are moving on to a new chapter to their life. And don't forget our big family, and don't forget PA. It's the harbor where you start yourself.
Thank you, William. Following William will be Catherine Hua.
Hello everyone, I'm Catherine Hua. I'm honored to be here to make a speech. I'm really thankful to everyone who helped me. Studying abroad is a big challenge for me because, frankly, I'm afraid of everything. I'm afraid of the new environment, afraid to make new friends, afraid no one can take care of me. But frankly, my best friend came with me. She helped me and encouraged me a lot. I'm really thankful to her. In school, I made a lot of friends, not only with the students, but also with the teachers. I have a lot of teachers who are my best friends. I can talk with them in any topics, even the secrets. For most of people, 1 year is really long, but for me, this year is really short because of the nice teachers and students. I had a really great time this year. All of the students and teachers are nice and kind to me. And this year is really important and special to me because as a senior, I had a lot of pressure and I had a lot of work to do. I did not think I could finish it without the support from my teachers. For example, Miss Yu helped me a lot when I was applying for the colleges. She was really patient and nice to me, even though I already asked her tons of questions. She spent a lot of time to teach me how to write an essay step by step. And Miss Kelly not only helped a lot in my study, but also in my life. When I first came to PA, I did not have any friends, and I had some personal trouble to getting used to everything here. And I was really impatient as well. She was the first person to comfort me and tell me to be patient. Moreover, Mr. Corpus was nice to me this year too. Every time I feel uncomfortable, he was he was showed up and take care of me. Because of this, I know that he is not the principal who only care about student studies. I was really happy to have these nice teachers around me this year. As I said before, when I came here, I was a girl who was afraid of everything. But this year, I grew a lot. For example, Miss Cohen told us we need to perform Shakespeare in front of the school. A year ago, if a teacher told me that, I would have been extremely nervous. But not this year. And now, I can stand here to talk to all of you. This proves that this year, the biggest change for me is to become confident and brave. I want to say thank you to everyone in this school. Because of you, this year became really meaningful, special, and important to me. Thank you.
And our last speaker from Irvine is our salutatorian. Our valedictorian is Phoebe, but our salutatorian and our leader, Kai Chow.
Hello everyone, my name is Kai. It is my honor to stand here and to have my graduation speech. Looking back to my high school experience, it has been a long journey. 3 years ago, I came to PA. It's almost like yesterday, but now I'm graduating. Time's always so fast, fast enough that none of us can feel it. There's so many great memories in these 3 years. From when I first came to PA and met my American family, to this moment we are graduating. Along the way, there's so many people who had a great impact in my life. Here in PA, met so many great teachers, or in another word, friends, that teach me lifelong lessons. Here in PA, met so many interesting friends. Here in PA, found my family, the place that is important to me. I'm leaving, but I hope left some good memories to PA. Life in PA is very colorful. Some of the highlights for me is probably all the clubs. For SB, had an amazing team and fantastic advisors. SB is like the heart of PA. Each time of our meeting, we pump the new blood to our students' life. For Service Club, hope we can continue doing what we have done for 3 years. And remember our missions. We want to provide students meaningful and enriching experience while serving the community. We're the chicken soup for soul in PA. There are a lot of more clubs that I didn't mention here, but I want to say best wish to all of them. At this moment, language is no longer rich enough to fully express my feelings. 3 years, 1,096 days, 26,300 hours. Now, it is the time to write a concluding paragraph of my high school experience. It is the time that I have to put a period in it. Here, I must say thank you and goodbye to our amazing teachers, to a lot of my close friends, to the 3 years of memorable time. 最后送给我们所有毕业生一句话：时光不散，他日风云再聚，珍重。Best wish to everyone, to PA, and the last message as the ASB president. All seniors, please leave your contact information with me for future reunion. So, thank you.
I gotta say that out of all the graduations, I've never laughed so hard at the speeches and wanted to cry more times. And so that's a great testimony to all of you who have spoken. The next gentleman I'm gonna introduce, not only was it difficult for him to come all the way from Lebanon, master English, now he decides, oh, I'm gonna go to Spain and master Spanish. So I would like to introduce to you Anthony Sidnowy.
Good morning. My name is Anthony Sidnowy. I came to the US from Lebanon about a year and a half ago to Pacific Academy. Today, I would like to say thank you to my mother and my father for helping me and supporting me through school. I would like to say thank you to my school, especially my teachers. To start with, Mr. Jones. I like that guy. He's awesome. Mrs. Barden for being a nice teacher. Mrs. Harper for helping me with this speech. Mr. Strong for helping me with math. And Mr. Mario Gonzalez for his awesomeness. And of course his brother, Mr. Enrique Gonzalez, for never shouting. Mr. Pruitt for being smart, and of course Dr. Sanchez for her leadership. Last but not least, I would like to say thanks to my uncle for bringing me to the US and helping me with my education. I have had over a year and a half at Pacific Academy. Some of my best memories are surfing in Surf PE, visiting Harvard, and volunteering in Panama. Moreover, it was a very awesome experience to visit the United States, learn American culture, and meet new people. This school taught me a lot, and it was like my second family. Now we are finally graduating and going to our dream schools, and I wish all my classmates the best of luck in their lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. The next gentleman that I'd like to introduce has been with us since the 8th grade. And when he began, we were about the same height. Obviously that will change, it has changed. When we first started together, we would play foosball and I would win. He just smoked me in a game 10-0. We'd play ping pong, same thing, now he beats me. We play music together and now I can't even hold a candle to his light. So I'd like to introduce to you Jonathan Plow.
This is fun, isn't it? Dear students, staff, friends, and family, I'd like to thank all of you for showing up to this grandiose event that we have going on today. Wow, I'm really nervous. You know, when you can sit in these chairs and look at these people and say, wow, these guys are speaking, and you're gonna be up there, and it's gonna be great. You're gonna do, a great job, and then you get up here, and all of a sudden you're freezing, and you don't know what to say, and you start shaking. And, anyway, so my time here started in 8th grade, just after Miss Kelly and Hans, they took over. They came in and they started this, and then Dr. Sanchez was here, and for all those who remember Mr. O'Brien, and they just completely changed the school. And I remember seeing all these students come and go, all the way from Danny all the way up through, and it's wild, really. I just want to get through this. This place is definitely my second home. Man, I've seen awesome people. Mr. Jones, awesome.
The key is don't look at the people that make you cry the most. I try not to look at your father, because when I saw him crying, I almost lost it. Look over there.
I'm so grateful for all of the teachers who put up with me. Whether screaming like a little girl doing oceanography, partly due to energy drinks and flying in from across the country that morning, but it was awesome. Or Miss Barton's copious amounts of homework that I swear was meant to kill us. You know this, the best, Caroline, you and me. Man, ultimately it made us stronger students. Mr. Jones, your finals were absolutely terrible, but I know that college is going to be a breeze. Mr. Strong, the math was so much fun, yet oh so disgusting at the same time. But, that's what math is, really. It's great to see my family. It's awesome. I love you all for being here, doing it again. I'm unfortunate enough I didn't get a class with Mr. G, Miss Harper. It'd be fun. Mr. Pruitt, thank you for the adventure of AP Physics and AP Psychology. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, Rachel, for everything you've done. Taylor, Sarah, for being here. Just look forward for knowing you guys all forever. That's pretty much it. I don't have anything else.
JP, you did a great job. Thank you. And I've been at Pacific Academy 4 years, but JP has been with Pacific Academy 6 years. And quite frankly, whenever I think of Pacific Academy and the face of Pacific Academy, JP's face is what I always think of, because he's grown with PA, was here before me, and so I always think of you, JP. So thank you for sharing that. I know you got a lot of emotion in there from these 6 years. We're now going to present the diplomas to our graduates. Mr. Gonzalez will present the diplomas to the graduates from Pacific Academy Encinitas, and then I will do so for Irvine.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Jonathan Plow. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Natalia Mejia. Mr. Anthony Sidnowi. Miss Carolyn Wright.
Care Bear.
Stephanie Hazel. Doris Yafen Hong. Cody Shu. Catherine Ying Hua. Vivian Lee. Dara Dan Lee. Jason Linshan Lin. JT Jingtao Lu. Yapis Yushuo Lu. We're good. Johnny Tianyi Song.
No, you do that. You all together.
Jack Guangxi Tian. William Song Yang. Jane Jing Zhao. Kai Zhao. Tony Yue Zhao.
Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the graduating class of 2015. Seniors, you can have a seat. Just some last closing remarks. You know, when I was listening to our students' speakers, it was obvious that one of the themes has been the sense of support, the community, and the care that they all encountered. And I'd like to recognize a gentleman who really embodies those qualities for us at PA. And that's Mr. David Dreher, who after a career of 42 years in teaching is retiring. Mr. Dreher has been with PA in Irvine since the beginning. In fact, he was our first and only full-time teacher that year. The generosity and kindness of Mr. Dreher's heart knows no bounds. Not only has he taught biology and chemistry to many of these students, he has been crucial in helping create the sense of community that so many of them talked about today. He would make sure every day that our multi-purpose room was open for the students so they could hang out, play ping pong, checkers, chess, and other games. In fact, he donated many of those things to PA or purchased them on his own. I'm thankful to David for all he has done for PA and many of the students, and it's been an illustrious career. We wish him well in his retirement. He's going to move to Pittsburgh with his wife to be with his daughters and grandchildren. It is a well-deserved retirement, and David, thank you so much for all you have done. So thank you to everyone. One last congratulations to our seniors. It's time for them to move on. We are proud of them and happy we could play such an important role in their lives and their development. So thank you.